This is the Italian football lover channel, my friends. Today I want to make predictions. Match day 9 games of Serie. You can subscribe to my channel, watch my videos. Thank you so much. Let's start with Udinese Cagliari game. Cagliari got so good results in the recent weeks. They are so fit in the recent games of Serie. Cagliari stayed draw against 1-1 strong opponent Juventus in away game. They won versus 3-2 Parma in away game before. They won against 3-2 Torino in last match at home. They collected the points in the last 3 games of Serie. Udinese is going to be at home and Udinese is playing way more better at home. They got no defeat at home. They won versus 1-0 Lecce at home. But they got just 1 defeat at home. They lost against 3-2 Inter at home. But they won versus 1-0 Como and Lecce at home, my dear friends. Hard clash is awaiting us, my dear friends. If either of the sides win this game, in my opinion, Udinese is a little bit closer to victory. But Cagliari will force Udinese significantly. Still, they are close to relegation zone. Because of that, this game will be in balance. My prediction is draw. Udinese 1, Cagliari 1. And second game, Torino Como. Torino got 2 consecutive defeats. They are going down and down in the recent weeks. They got a very bad start to Serie. And Torino team lost against 3-2 Lazio at home. Before they stayed draw against Lecce 0-0 at home. And they lost against 3-2 Inter and Cagliari in last 2 away games. They got the defeats with same results 3-2 in the last 3 games of Serie. And Como team is a little bit dangerous team. They lost against 3-1 Napoli in last away game. Before they won versus 3-2 Atalanta in away game. They won versus 3-2 Verona at home. They stayed draw against 1-1 Parma in last match at home. My dear friends, Torino is good and quality team. After 3 successive defeats, this is time to win for Torino. I want to take a chance to Torino for victory. Torino 2, Como 1 is my prediction for this game. Napoli Lecce. Lecce is third to last on the point table. They have just 5 points. They are in so bad situation now. They lost against 6-0 Fiorentina in last match at home. It was a disappointing result for Lecce team. And this Lecce team, my dear friends, before stayed draw against Parma at home 2-2. They lost against 3-0 Milan in away game. Lecce lost against 1-0 Udinese in last away game. They couldn't score even a goal in the away games. Napoli is at the top of the point table. They got an amazing start to season under the management of Antonio Conte. Conte made the difference for Napoli team. Napoli won versus 3-1 Como in last match at home. They won against 2-0 Monza at home. They won versus 1-0 Empoli in last away game. Napoli is playing for the title this season. They are one of the biggest candidates for the championship this season. They will win over against this weak opponent Lecce easily. Napoli 3, Lecce 0 is my prediction for this game. Bologna Milan. Milan is so inconsistent team. They couldn't get good results in away games. Milan is playing better at home. Milan team lost against 2-1 Fiorentina in away game. Before they lost against 2-1 Parma in away game. They stayed draw against 2-2 Lazio in away game before, but they won versus 1-0 Udinese in last match at home. Bologna got 4 consecutive draws at home. They finished all games in draw, ended up in draw at home. This Bologna team, they stayed draw against 0-0 Parma in last match at home. They stayed draw against Atalanta, Empoli and Udinese 1-1 at home with same results. Bologna stayed draw against Genoa 2-2 in last away game. My dear friends, this game may end up in draw. So challenging game is awaiting us. But I feel like that Milan is a little bit closer to victory than Bologna. Because of that, by a little margin, I want to take a chance to Milan for victory. Bologna 1, Milan 2 is my prediction for this game. Atalanta Verona. Atalanta is going to be at home. Atalanta lost against 3-2 Como at home, but they won versus 5-1 Genoa in last match at home. Atalanta won versus 2-0 Venezia in last away game. Atalanta is so strong and quality team under the management of experienced and wise manager Gianpiero Gasperini. And Verona team close to relegation zone. They are playing a little bit better at home. They won versus 2-1 Venezia at home, but before they lost against 3-2 Torino at home. Verona got consecutive defeats in away games. They lost against 2-1 Lazio in away game, and Verona lost against 3-2 Como in last away game. My dear friends, Atalanta is stronger and better team than Verona in every way. They will win over against Verona. Atalanta 3, Verona 1 is my prediction for this game. Parma Empoli. Parma has just 7 points. They are so close to relegation zone. They got 2 consecutive defeats at home. They lost against 3-2 Udinese and Cagliari at home, and Parma stayed draw against 1-1 Como in away game. They remained draw against Bologna 0-0 in away game. They got successive draws in away games. My dear friends, Empoli is so dangerous team. They got 2 successive defeats. Empoli lost against 1-0 Napoli in last match at home. They lost against 2-1 Lazio in last away game. Before Empoli won versus 2-0 Cagliari in away game, but Empoli got a very good start to season. Still, Empoli is so dangerous team, my dear friends. They will force Parma significantly. Parma is supposed to take points from this game, my dear friends. Parma is little bit closer to victory than Empoli. I feel in that way, but I cannot count on this Parma so much. Because of that, my prediction is going to be draw. Parma 1, Empoli 1. And Lazio Genoa. Lazio is playing way more better at home. They won versus 2-1 Verona at home. They won against 2-1 Empoli in last match at home. Lazio lost against 1-0 Juventus in last away game. They played most part of the game with 10 players. And Genoa is got a very bad start to season. They stayed draw against Bologna 2-2 in last match at home. Genoa lost against 2-0 Venezia in away game. They lost against 5-1 Atalanta in last away game. They got so bad results in away games and at the same time at home. My dear friends, Lazio will make the advantage of playing at home. After an up crash, they will win over against Genoa. Lazio 2, Genoa 1 is my prediction for this game. Monza, Venezia off. Monza is going to be at home. And Monza is second to last on the point table. They are in so bad situation now. They got a very bad start to season. Monza stayed draw against Roma and Inter at home 1-1. They lost against 2-1 Bologna at home. This Monza team lost against 2-0 Napoli in away game. Venezia is at the bottom of the point table. They have just 4 points. Venezia won versus 2-0 Genoa at home. It's their first and single victory this season in Serie. Venezia lost against 4-0 Milan in away game. They lost against 2-1 Verona in away game. They lost against 2-0 Atalanta in last match at home. My dear friends, this time Monza will win over against Venezia. This is my prediction. Monza 2, Venezia 1 is my prediction for this game. Inter Juventus off. This is the game of the week. It's gonna be so challenging game, my dear friends. Inter is on the second spot. Juventus is on the third spot. Inter is just 1 point ahead of Juventus, my dear friends. Inter got consecutive victories. They won versus 3-2 Udinese in away game. They won against 3-2 Torino at home. They won versus 1-0 Roma in last away game. Juventus stayed draw against Cagliari 1-1 at home. They won versus 1-0 Lazio in last match at home after a challenging game. Juventus won versus 3-0 Genoa in away game. Before they stayed draw against Empoli 0-0 in away game. Juventus conceded just 1 goal, my dear friends. And Juventus is the single team that got no defeat in Serie this season so far. Inter will want to make the advantage of playing at home, but Juventus is so resistant team. They are making incredible team defense under the management of Thiago Motta. He is so clever manager, my dear friends. Because of that, in my opinion, this game will end up in draw. Draw is my prediction, my dear friends. Inter 0, Juventus 0 is my prediction for this game. Fiorentina Roma. This is the last match of the week. Fiorentina is playing way more better at home and they are going to be at home. They won versus 2-1 Lazio and Milan at home. Fiorentina won versus 6-0 Lecce in last away game. It was so surprising result 6-0 before they stayed draw against Empoli 0-0 in away game. Roma got a very bad start to season. Roma's player staff is not adequate to play for the top 4, my dear friends. Really, Roma is a poor team in my opinion. They lost against 1-0 Inter in last match at home. And Roma stayed draw against Monza 1-1 in away game. They stayed draw against before Genoa 1-1 in away game. Roma won versus 2-1 Venezia at home. But Fiorentina is playing way more better at home. Last season Fiorentina-Roma game ended up in 2-2 draw. This game may end up in draw because Roma this time is going to be more ambitious. But Fiorentina won't let Roma to win this game. Draw is maybe possible, but by a little margin. I want to take a chance to Fiorentina for victory under these circumstances. Fiorentina 2, Roma 1 is my prediction for this game. All my predictions like this matchday 9 games of Serie. You can subscribe to my channel, watch my videos. You may write your comments down below. Please click the like button, it makes me so glad. See you on my next videos, my dear friends. Bye!